出陣する。はは。
ご確認ください。
読んだか。承知した。
これはありがたい。わかり申した。
行くとしよう。
行こう。
ご確認ください。
参ろう。
ご確認ください。
行こう。
聞いてください。
行こう。
報告いたします。 さて参るとするか。
Okay, how's it sound over there? Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me clearly?
Doesn't sound as bad. You don't hear the rubbing of the tongue.
Testing 1 2.
報告いたします。
Yeah, I'll keep it there. Do you know where my phone is? Can you help me? Thank you.
"行くとしよう。
Okay, I am up against it here.
Go 確認ください。
We'll see if I can drive him off. Let's see. I'm thinking snake might work. If I can get him positioned on the mountains, which I think all of this is low mountains at least, right? Yeah, so he'll get a boost. That should be enough. Hopefully, because he's really turned it around. The only thing I don't like is the pathfinding doesn't make too much sense sometimes. So let's see, this route's 17 days. However, if I do a relay point here, relay here, oh no, it's a bit longer. Okay. But there's a morale hit for going over the mountains, so I think we're still gonna stick to the roads. And once we get close enough, we'll try to grab some mountain terrain to get that advantage.
我に続け。
Okay, let's see. That's pretty much everybody I have. Might need to buy some food. Just a bit.
吉報をお持ちしました。
I'm gonna have to spam the search.
参ろうか。
I need to re-grab that city. I forgot about that. Damn. Should have the advantage there.
聞いてください。
Oh, is he sending backup? He might send backup. That would really put me in a spot. I was expecting this guy to try to put some pressure on him, but he seems pretty complacent right now, so looks like I'm going to be on my own, just defending if I can. I don't like these suggestions. They're gonna bankrupt me all of them. Just the commerce. Okay, more searching. Okay, now I'll see if I can get him on a mountain here. And from there to attack. Okay, he doesn't have reckless, so he won't just break off and do his own thing, hopefully. Okay, he's got the town. Let's see if we can take it back.
ご確認ください。
Search. Let's see.
Oof, では向かうとしよう。
Pretty desperate at this point. Okay, let's use a tactic here. See what we can get. Ooh, 1,000, pretty good. Okay, his formation is the fastest, if I remember correctly, owl, so
ここに
I'm not gonna catch him. So, might as well go back to base. Try to stick to the roads. Again, the pathfinding here tries to have you go over the mountains a lot, and it's alright if it's first, you know, if you're in a hurry and you gotta get across, then sure, but otherwise stick to the roads, because that morale hit that you take from crossing over the mountains is rough. I didn't really consider it yesterday, and by the time we got over there to his base and we crossed over, I think we took about a 15 morale hit all the way across, and that really just started us off on the wrong foot.
行くとしよう。
Okay, pretty much just got a spam search here. Try to get some money saved up. Don't really want to start recruiting yet because it's going to bankrupt me. Be nice if I could catch him.
向かうとしよう。
It's always pretty difficult with these, well, for me anyway, with these small forces that have like 3 officers. I feel like it's an uphill battle.
必ずやお役に立ちましょう。
Regardless of the difficulty, it just feels like you're just always climbing uphill. Your neighbors usually have a little bit of a better starting position than you. But it's fun. Sometimes it leads to a dead end though. You know, by the time you get established, if you take too long, you know, if you scrub around too much, then by the time you get established, you're already too far behind and you can't really catch up.
これはかたじけない。
So, just like every other game in the series, I feel like the main thing is just trying to improve your officer corps right away. So far, the biggest get for me has been, how do you pronounce his name? Chen Gong? Lu Bu's advisor. He's been probably the best guy I've found so far. And honestly, he should have been enough to turn the fight in my favor. But like I said, I threw that away yesterday. I just made a lot of poor decisions, and I lost my comfortable little bubble. Because I did have a lot of gold, a lot of extra supplies stocked up, but just completely threw it away. Really underestimated the mountains and also the distance of this march. I've never played as a faction over in this corner, so I didn't really consider the food consumption either. The food consumption was massive coming out of this corner. Okay, commerce. All of this is not going to help right now. I think we've got enough here to keep recruiting now. 18, okay. Get somebody. Oof, that's very well. Not doing something right here. What am I missing? Overseers. Oh, that's right. I lost this. I need to put somebody back on right away. Okay, they just got him. Famous. Ransom amounts when taken prisoners increased. Land conquered is increased. Okay. Well, you know what? Agriculture is kind of a waste. If I remember correctly, it's just commerce is pretty much all you want to focus on. Okay, we'll do barracks there. Actually, I'm gonna need him to recruit, I think. Let's see. Oh no, I still have this guy. The Wuhuan. The guy with the Wuhuan ties. Okay, let's do a search. Search and search.
出立いたします。
Pick up the speed here. I already don't. Okay, it's already 3. Great. So yeah, this scenario right here is actually the Wavering Han. It starts off right after the Yellow Turbans crumble, and it's been pretty interesting. The events are really well polished in this one. I mean, it looks a bit chaotic now, but when you consider that I don't think there's ever been a game in the series that successfully made that transfer from Yellow Turban all the way to anti-Dongzhuo. Just purely based through events where factions just leave, and you know, Yuan Shao establishes himself, Yuan Shu establishes himself after the eunuchs kill Hijin, and all that happens. Dongzhuo comes into his own power. What else happened? Oh, Cao Cao, he established himself after he tried to assassinate Dongzhuo with the 7-star sword. All that played out pretty much seamlessly. You know, one event after the other. And you have pauses so you can choose, you know, which ones you want to trigger. You know, if there's a certain point that you want to get off the rails, you know, because they do kind of lock you in somewhat. But you can kind of pause and say, okay, I want to stop it here when this force has established themselves, and see what if. You can do that also. And I've just never seen it before. Usually you have to pick your time period when it comes to these ones, but they never flow together like that. It's pretty rare that I've never seen that. They've pretty much gone from Yellow Turban all the way to anti-Dongzhuo setup in the course of about, I want to say, well, I'm not sure what year it is on this one. Let me see. Oh yeah, and the time matches up almost perfectly, 190. So that's really cool, because some of the scenarios that came at launch were a little bare bones in terms of events and stuff, and I'm not really a big event, you know, I usually don't pay too much attention to it, but this time around it's really jumping out at me.
Okay,
I think we'll be ready for another attack pretty soon. I don't know if it's better to be patient. It's tough. Sometimes you want to have another go right away. I really thought this guy Liu Yu was gonna go and try to backdoor my nemesis over here, but no, he's been pretty content to sit back. I actually thought they had tweaked his AI. He was going to be more aggressive this time around, but nope, he's still just doing what he used to do. He just builds up builds up a bunch of defensive structures, and he just sits there. He doesn't really go after him. Can you build camps or something to boost morale? Yeah, you can, but the thing of it is, this little area right here is pretty much unbuildable. So, what happened to me yesterday was by the time I got close to invading him, and I realized that I had taken a crazy hit on morale with my forces, and my mind went straight to that. Well, let me build a camp and get the morale back up. No, then I realized that everything was mountains, so I can't build there. I'd have to be right in his front door to build a camp. I believe it's about right here. So that was too close. Because you know, if you start building camps, you try building camps like at point blank, they'll try to harass you right away. So yeah, this time around, when I go through, I need to make sure I take the roads at least up to this city here, to Changli. I need to stick to the roads so I don't take that morale hit, and then once I'm here, then go straight down. You know, do 2 relays, because the pathfinding sometimes is a little bit off. If you're not paying attention, it'll do that to you. It'll just give you the most, the most straightforward path to get to where you want to go. And for me yesterday, that was definitely not the best path. Oh man. Yeah, it's something I really should have kept in mind. It's been in the game since launch. I just completely forgot about the terrain hit. That you have to consider the terrain. I don't even know how I found out about it. I don't know if the tutorial mentions it, or if the online manual mentions it. I don't know. I don't remember. I know in past games they mention it, but yeah, it really lopsided the fight for me, because his core, Gongzun Zhang's core, is a lot better than this guy's core in the beginning. So it really kind of already started me off on the wrong foot. And then the supply line, like I was saying earlier, the food situation was brutal. We were already starving. We were starving and tired when we got there. So investment, I don't think that's a good one. Okay, so she's coming back. This is kind of annoying. They just keep kind of trying to creep up on you. And when your force is smaller than theirs, it's definitely bullying, because you're out there and you're throwing away your supplies. You're out there and you're throwing away your supplies to keep them off your property, and they just keep coming right back. So he's gonna start doing that. He's gonna start sending out units and just pressuring, trying to creep up little by little. Take this city, take that city, if I let him. And I'm gonna have to keep going out and just taking it back. And it's disadvantage for me because, like I said, I have less supplies, I'm less developed than he is, so he can afford to keep sending these little raiding parties, I guess, and I cannot. Like I said, for now, I think I have to stay on the defensive as much as I want to just force a fight. The blue thing is the geographical advantage. That's a new feature in this expansion. Basically, having certain regions that belong to a province will give you a geographical bonus. And from what I've seen, they're all pretty varied. The geographical bonuses are pretty varied. Some of them are a lot better than others. I'm actually not sure how to even check for this. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, that's wonderful. So it doesn't tell me. Okay, so there's no way to know until you have it then? No, I guess not. Also, the chronology is a new feature too. It pretty much keeps track of your campaign, all the important moments, anything that's noteworthy. So it's very useful for keeping track of, you know. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like most people won't use it. I mean, I'll barely use it, but you know, it might remind you of something that you want to touch on, you know, a cool moment or something like that. Okay, I should get there before her, or right after her. Maybe I can catch her. I was trying to get her earlier, and I guess she kept refusing, so I guess she's gonna play on the other team now. Okay, let's see if there's anybody to poach. Nope. Nobody. Okay. I'll just keep searching. Okay, so she's gonna capture it, and I'm pretty sure her new orders are gonna be to run away. Now the question is he gonna send up backup? Because sometimes, if you're already out in the field to chase them off, they will go ahead and deploy another unit to protect their first unit. Doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it will happen. So he might deploy somebody else here to drive me off so that her unit doesn't get completely wiped out. Which I'm honestly not sure if it will, because we're both in the owl formation, and that formation's got no power at all. It's just pure mobility. So if he doesn't send anybody, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him have a relay to go all the way to Liu Cheng and take it. So we'll play it out like that. And if he doesn't have backup, try to intercept me as I'm chasing her, then I'll go ahead and push all the way back here, capture this, and then start heading back. Oh, caught up in a duel. This is not going to go well for her. Oh, he did not one-shot her. Wow. That is not a ringing endorsement from my officer there. Usually you will get one-shotted. Yeah, that does not fill me with confidence at all.
聞いてください。
I can't believe he didn't one-shot her. Wow. I'm awestruck. The power. I guess she's holding back. She's holding back her true potential, you know? Okay, let's try this route. You see that route there at the end of it, at the end of the relay, when I go to click over to my home base to return back, it immediately wants me to start crossing over mountains, and that's the thing about this game, you have to watch your pathfinding. Yeah, I know I'm harping on it, but it is just ingrained into my skull because the whooping I got yesterday was... Wait, hold on. Public order? No, you know, we're already almost broke. So I don't want to get too trigger happy. Sometimes you get into these fixes where you want to see the action phase. So you just want to kind of click through everything and you gotta slow down. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. I just started playing, picked this up again because of the expansion, so, you know, I'm kind of relearning, remembering a lot of stuff. Okay, I think we're just gonna break off and try to see if we can wipe her out, or if she wants a rematch. See, there's some good officers here to potentially poach, but the problem is being all the way in this corner. Look at the days on that. 48 days. That's just too long. It is just too long. Oh wow, another duel. Okay, well I think this is it for her. An 8 strength, alright. He still couldn't one-shot her. I mean, I guess that's one shot there, but he should have put her away right in the opening sequence. Still couldn't manage it. Oh, killed. I didn't want that. Well, I didn't want that. Okay, now let's see if we can snipe his town from him. Yeah, she had a lot of great
命
traits.
令で
She has a lot of great traits. She would have been great to have in the army. You know, making the assumption that I'm gonna come out on top here, but she would have been great to have on this force. But oh well.
かしこまった
Oof, we are totally broke here. We have to go back to searching. Search spam.
行ってまいります。
ご確認ください。
Okay, we got a little bit of cash here. How much? 1,900. We can recruit once. That's about it. Let's improve the barracks so we can get a bit more bang for our buck when we do decide to start recruiting, but for right now we just gotta stockpile cash.
行くとしよう。
Okay, let's see what else is going on. Got Yuan Shao expanding over here. That's going to be a problem. Although the forces around his area are more prepared than they are in other scenarios, so I don't think he's going to be able to snowball if he takes Ye. Quan Shu's not looking so good. Looks like his days are numbered. He's completely surrounded. The south is still kind of up for grabs. You can really tell that. Gee, these big open spaces, they take so long to kind of color, to establish. At this point, I'm not too sure how I'm going to be able to really fend this guy off. I've got to try to find to get him out, come out and attack me, and win that fight. Or somebody's got to try to grab his attention, but I don't think anybody is. Like I said earlier, Liu Yu over here is just completely content to just build fortifications. I really hate that about the AI. That was also in the vanilla version of the game. I know they had said that they tried to give some of them distinct personalities, you know, the AIs, distinct scripts that they follow, but I don't know, it doesn't really, for some of them it just feels completely random. And then for the defensive ones, it feels forced. It feels like no matter what, they're just gonna build and build and build and build, and you know, they're not gonna adapt. Where's Liu Bei? That's a good question. I have no idea. He leaves Heejin's force after Heejin is murdered in the event. It very quickly just mentions that he leaves. But I'm not too sure. Let me check. Because I was wondering the same thing yesterday. Let's... Oh. All forces, officers. And... I'm gonna have to scroll all the way down. I don't think Liu Bei has any abilities that are high, so... There's Guan Yu. He is working for that... I'm really not good with my pronunciation. Tao Qian, I think is the way you say it. Oh yeah, I don't see Liu Bei on here, so... Oh, okay, here he is. Huang Wang. Okay, that's a new force. That's only available in this one. In this scenario, as far as I've seen. That's this guy right here. And he's not doing too bad. He was a 3-officer force just like me. But he's had a better go of it. You know, he had more space in the beginning to expand and all that, and he's in a spot where grabbing officers and stuff isn't too difficult. You don't have to go too far. Okay, see, now he's sending somebody after me, but I've pretty much got to ducktail, run away with my tail between my legs here because I'm not in a formation to fight, and he is. All formation is all about speed and just harassing, you know, chasing down units that have already been wiped out. Yeah, it is just really tough to recruit people over here. Very difficult. Really underestimated it. Yeah, that's the one thing I would say, that all these events that went off, they didn't really account for Liu Bei. It just kind of mentions that him and his brothers leave Heejin's force, but they don't actually establish themselves anywhere. I was actually thinking that they were going to join Gongzun Zan over here, but they didn't. So I guess they just become free officers and then they just kind of wander around and enlist wherever. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, are we gonna get away here? Looks like we are. I don't think he'll be able to chase me. Now the question is, do I want to send out a unit to try to fight him off here and inflict some damage? I don't think I want to do that. I just feel like my losses are going to be too high. And I don't have the reserves that he does at all. I'm not even close. So we're just going to have to call him back. Go right back to recruiting. Hold off on the training right now. When you're on a tight budget, you kind of want to, at least what I've noticed is you kind of want to spread this. You don't want to do both, because I'm not sure if those new soldiers get the training from the morale at the same time, if those trigger at the same time, or if those new soldiers come in raw and lower your morale, and next month they get trained. So you kind of want to break it up piecemeal. If you're on the type, I mean, you know, early game, stuff like this, or a game where your back's up against the wall like this, where every, you know, you're penny pinching for every little avenue to try to survive. He canceled the search. I wonder why he did that. I must have missed something there. I don't know why he canceled the search. And he returned to the town. Okay, what do we have here? Decreased morale. That looks really tempting right now, but I don't think it'll make enough of a difference. It looks like he's gonna chase me down, and he's gonna take my town right back at the minimum before he turns around. So I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and send out a unit and see if I can. I probably should have done it last turn. Honestly, it's probably too late to catch him. Oh no, there's no speed here. He can't even. Fastest he's got his crane at 16, -2. He's not gonna. Okay, there's. I can't catch him. I can't catch him, and if I stand here and try to fight him, the formation advantage is just too much to overcome here. Oh yeah, well, if someone recruited a person from the search, well, the search, it was searching in my city, so that couldn't have happened. Because when you, nobody else can search in your city. You know what I mean? If someone recruits the person that you're trying to recruit, then yeah, he'll abandon the search. So yeah, that would make sense in that situation. But I was just trying to search within my own city, so I'm not sure why he recalled there. That's kind of strange. Oh, you know what it is? Is that I was searching in the town that he took. I think that's what it is. Oh no, you know what? That doesn't make sense either. You only search in the city. You don't search in the individual towns. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, well he's backing off. That's good. That takes the. That's actually a lot of relief. There, I don't want to take any more casualties here. And that one he was putting me in a spot there. So what I'm gonna do is, well, let's see how much food I have. Oh no, I've got to come back. I'm already draining my supplies. Supplies are already going down the drain. Good grief. Okay, let's see if there's anything in the administration. Orders are increased. That one's just... I don't think I've ever used that one. Maybe in a late game scenario. No, not even late game scenarios do I want my orders to be increased. It just seems like such a waste. Okay, I think this is all we can do. Search. He's got more numbers than me, but I don't think the AI is recruiting right now. For whatever
聞い
reason.
てください。
So I might be able to even it up. But you know, even if I even it up, this whole thing just seems like it's just a very tough situation, because even if I even up my numbers, he's much well off, like way better off than me right now. So my supplies are always going to be strained, I feel like. And if not my supplies, my gold. More volunteers, I guess I'll take them on. Even though I'm complaining about not being able to feed them right now. We'll make it work. I'm kind of thinking maybe I could invade down here instead. But, I don't know. I don't think Gongzun Zhan's gonna bury the hatchet and just let things be. So, yeah, I know I wouldn't if one of my officers got killed. Oh, let's check merchants now. Okay, no merchants.
Sate, 参るとするか。聞いてください。
Okay, we're about a few thousand behind them now. About 4K? Oh, closer to 5K. 5,000 soldiers behind them. I think I should get some wounded back also. Let's see. City info. Wounded. Oh, just 400. Very little. Well, my troop income is starting to get a little bit higher. 1,300 troops that I can recruit against his 800. So attrition wise, I could slowly turn it around, but it would be at like a snail's pace. I mean, it'd be, because I am gonna out recruit him sooner or later, but because of my checks and balances, I'd have to keep track of my supplies as I'm out recruiting him. If I wanted to do it in a really stack the odds in my favor, it would take way too long. I just don't have the patience for it. So at some point I'm just gonna gamble and, you know, attack him again. Try to put him in a situation, try to draw out his army and then just beat him in the field if I can. And it's probably gonna be over this city. I'll probably try to invade it again, but this time I'll bring some backup, and when he deploys to drive them away, I'll have my backup attack him. So I do need to start drilling though. Completely forgot about that. Now I'm falling behind on morale.
ご確認ください。
Supplies are getting low, but all I can do is wait for a merchant. Sometimes it takes a long time to get a merchant to pop in. A really long time. That's why when they finally do show up, even if you don't need the food surplus at the time, or it doesn't seem like it, just stock up on your food. I mean, if you can spare it, you know. And these are all not corner case scenarios, but these are all problems that you have when you're first starting. I mean, once you get the ball rolling, stuff like food and gold is still, you know, the economy still takes care of itself in this game. It's just when you first start that you can really feel like you have to balance your checkbook a lot. Oh, there goes Ma Teng. That's gonna cause Dong Zhuo to really snowball if he inherits all those officers up there. Who is that? Qiang? Brave. Oh, okay. So the barbarian faction actually gave Dong Zhuo some officers. So one of the new features I noticed is once you befriend the barbarian factions in the expansion, see there's two of them here. There's the Qiang, and I think this is the Xianbei. Once you befriend them, you'll have events where they give you like some of their officers. So you'll get these 2 to 3 generic officers that will join you. Oh, that's right, Lupu's up here. Northern half. I forgot about that. I'm so used to Ding Yuan not being here. Yeah, Lupu's gonna be up here. Okay, that's gonna give this guy survivability. Well, yeah, once you befriend these guys, they will eventually give you some of their officers in your own court. And their officers, I believe, I mean, they're generic, like they have been in the past games. If you've played the past games, I'm referring to 9 specifically. They don't have a unique name or anything like that. But I believe they have unique abilities. See, she's got War Chariot. I'm pretty sure that's a new tactic. Yeah, that's definitely a new tactic. Allied Assault increased. And the Qiang ability. All of your units are increased on low mountains. I'm not sure if that's better. That sounds like a better ability than all. Yeah, that's much better than all because you're not restricted to being in that formation. Or Snake. Sorry, I'm confusing it with Snake. That's better than Snake formation. Because Snake gives you that bonus on mountains, but this is probably much greater. Or at least you would hope it is, because you have to go through the trouble of befriending the barbarians. And I know you have to, according to the events, you have to give them a lot of supplies, a lot of your gold. I think it's about half that the game asks you to give them. In one fell swoop, you have to give them half. Half of your gold, and I think half of your supplies. And I'm not too sure, but it seems like that's the only way to get the ball rolling on that. Oh, thank goodness, buy supplies. Perfect. Thank goodness. And for the anybody wondering, I am playing just on normal right now. Usually I play on hard, but you know, I'm not very good at this game. Like, I mean, I'm decent, but I'm nowhere near, you know, some of the things I've seen other people be able to do with this system. They're just miles ahead. But one of the reasons the suggestions are so, the percentages are higher and everything is because that's directly related to the difficulty. So you'll get suggestions that are more favorable to your situation. Like I've noticed when I play on hard, your success rate for your suggestions for tactics is much lower. And the computer will almost never recommend anything that's useful to you. Unlike right now where I was just complaining about supplies. And the CPU is like, hey, do you want to buy some supplies, my guy? You know, because it's not looking too good. But that's... I'm almost 100% sure that's only on normal or easy. Because on hard, I never got suggestions that were worth anything, you know. Even if I got good suggestions for tactics and such, they would be, you know, the success rate plummets so low that they're almost not worth investing in. You know, because you can only afford to pay 900 to 1,000 so many times. At least, you know, when you're small. If you have, you know, a third of the map or something, then money's no object at that point. You're not worried about it anymore. But when you're just starting off, you can't afford to just, you know, dump all this cash into just approving everything. Okay, so we're only 4,000 behind. And if anyone's wondering, I do have a YouTube channel I just opened up the other day. It's called Archive Gaming, and I didn't know that there was about 10 of those already. So, you know, just you'll find it. There's a real lack of content for this game. That's what's kind of pushed me to start streaming it and getting stuff out there, because, you know, I'll watch pretty much anything about this game if somebody's posting it in English. The only person I've been able to find is Bradicus. If you haven't seen Bradicus, I recommend his channel. He's got some really high-level gameplay. I think he did one recently on the highest difficulty setting. I think it was extreme. So he's just... but outside of him, that's about it. There's really nobody else. In English, at least. But yeah, my channel is called Archive Gaming. There's a space between capital A, capital G. You'll find it, and I'll be uploading this. As soon as it's done, it'll be getting uploaded onto there. That way you can watch it later, or when you have the time, or, you know, or whenever. I mean, for me, sometimes I'll have these live streams on the background. You know, maybe not for this game, but you know how it is for other games and stuff. You can kind of picture it as you hear it, and you're working on stuff and taking care of chores, whatever it is. Okay, we're rapidly gaining on this guy. We're rapidly gaining on him, and I really just want to go at him again. But I gotta be just a bit more patient. Just not my strong suit. I kind of like to just try to make the AI force it into situations where they just have to come out of their castles and kind of deal with me. But so much is running, you know, so much is being risked on this next one that I know I gotta wait. Whoa, huge get. Huge get. That is great. Zhang He on my force. Wow.
聞いてください。
Okay, gotta wait for him to come back. And we will reward him and just lock him up with the title with promises of whatever he wants, because he is going to be general number 1. I can't believe I managed to get him on my force. That's great.
向かおう。
Okay, he's probably gonna be the spearhead. He's gonna be able to probably decide this conflict with Gongzun Zan over here now. I just gotta make sure I reward him. You know, lock him up.
Go 確認ください。
Okay, I don't think he's back yet. Let's see. He is on the way. He's almost here. Gonna have to make him an adjutant. Take advantage of his tactics and all that. Barracks. I don't even know if we need any more barracks, honestly. I should probably switch to commerce at this point. These are about okay, level 2. Level 3, level 2, level 1. Okay, I'll probably move Cheng over here. And I'll put somebody here for I guess I'll just leave it there for now.
Haha.
Again, I'm really trying to just penny pinch as much as I can to try to turn this around as fast as I can, and to also make sure that this next fight is if it's not decisive, it's at least a stalemate where I just don't kamikaze myself. Because I do feel like I'm just rapidly falling behind. If you know, Dongzhuo starts to snowball. Well, he is snowballing. But if he really starts to get crazy, then, and I don't start to do something pretty soon to settle everything up here, then I'm not going to be able to contend with him. And even if I do, even if I am able to contend with him, it would be just a crazy slog. It would take way too long. Okay, he's back. His loyalty is 77. That's kind of rough, but we will shower him with gifts. That's still not very high, 87. That's still... Promotion, that'll put him at 95. Okay, so I should be safe. I will reward him again next turn. And then I'm gonna go ahead and change him. Put him as my I have some trouble with that word, adjutant, so that I can take advantage of his tactics in battle. Do we have any good suggestions? Commerce, okay. That's about it. So we'll search, see if there's anybody else to recruit, and we just have to wait. Unfortunately, wow, 68 loyalty. But he's so far away. He's so far away, man. And his loyalty is so low that he might just quit. That's happened to me before. Their loyalty is so low that by the time you get there with the offer, they've already moved on. They've already left their pink slip.
さて、参るとするか。
Oh, barbarians are heading out. Okay. This is the first time I see this. It looks like they're attacking.
報告いたします。
Wow, so they will aggro out of their territory. Well, this could complete... I guess this is going to change everything. If the barbarian's just going to aggro him down, then I guess I'll be able to swoop in. You see Chenggong on the bottom there says you'll get Yu province's geographic advantage if you capture Beiping. But as far as I know, there's no way to know what it is until after you take it. So... 'cause that would be under... Yeah, it just... all forces... Oh, okay, here they are. Yu province. So... if I have both of the cities, I would get Wu Huan Friend, suppress the target number of cities to number 2, so... that's actually... well, that would be useful most of the time, except... this guy's force is already allied with them. He's trusted. So... knowing that the barbarians would eventually attack, I guess you could kind of cheese this and just sit back and wait for the barbarians to wipe them out. You know, knowing that going forward in the future, you could say, okay, well, I'm always going to be allied with Wu Huan, so I can just sit around and twiddle my thumbs and wait for them to move in and clean up house. I didn't know that going into it, but...
さて、参るとするか。
I'm not even sure I would have picked this force, to be honest, if I would have known that, because that's a little silly, honestly. I didn't like that in Romance 9, I believe. The barbarians would just come out and over time they would wipe out everyone around them because, I mean, they have so many soldiers. You know, there's supposed to be a force that you can't conquer until late game. Something to do late game, I guess. I don't know if they affect the endings, but I know in Romance 9 they did affect the endings. Whereas in this one, I haven't seen anything specific mentioned about conquering the barbarians, whether that changes your ending or not. I'm assuming it does, but you know, it's you never know. With some things in this one, I feel like they added a lot of depth to it, and some other things it's just kind of paper thin. You know, it's very... there's not too much depth to it. So.
お喜びください。
It gave you items when defeated. The barbarians, yeah, they would give you, I think it was a plus 10 item in the old game. I don't know about in this game. I'm sure they do. I know there's a special event that triggers if you conquer them. Yeah, and you were able to play with the barbarian force. Yeah, that I remember. I don't know if you can do that in this one. I don't see why not after you take them out if you want to. I mean, that was always kind of a fun little just something to mess around with. Start with a force of 300,000, just kind of invade. You know, go rampaging across China with it as far as you can, but okay, yeah, so if they're gonna harass them. They're gonna bring down their numbers, so I'm trying to see here how I can look at the events that are completed. Let's see. Available, unavailable, completed. Okay. Yeah, so in case you guys were wondering, here are the ones that are in this scenario that I've already triggered. As you can see, Death of Emperor Ling, the plot to eliminate the eunuchs, turmoil in the capital, the deposition of Emperor Shao, the plot to assassinate Deng Zhuo, Cao Cao raises an army. So, and just all these plots here, even though it's, you know, it's only 5 or 6 of them, they are a lot more fleshed out than they had been, than the ones at launch. I feel like the ones at launch are paper thin, and they didn't really have too much of an impact. Some of them did, but a lot of them didn't. A lot of them were just like, you know, so-and-so gets a morale boost, and that's it. But these ones in this specific scenario really changed things up. I mean, when you first boot it up, you know, you have the Heejin's forces there, and the landscape is just totally different. Whoops. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is, while he's distracted, I'm gonna go ahead and send out a force with some backup. Go with these two guys. So I'm gonna send him and Snake with speed, and he's gonna follow close behind. Oh, you know what? That's 21 movement though. That's good. He's gonna be faster than him, and I don't want him to be faster. I kind of want him to be a little bit behind. So I'm gonna send him and Snake with a few, and I'm gonna send Zhang He. He's gonna bring the Crux. He's gonna bring up the backup, and we're gonna see if we can take this town, since the barbarian's distracting him. See if I can take this town here, and if he sends out reinforcements, I'll have Zhang He to deal with them. If he sends out people to drive me off. Oh wow, that day difference is just insane though. It's gonna take him 70 days, 70 to 30. He might already be under siege by the time my backup rolls up, because he's just gonna fall behind by so much. And if I slow down my march, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna lose my opportunity, because this is gonna be settled very quickly. So, okay, I think I'm just gonna have to change the formations around. I'm gonna have to go arrow here at 21, which I didn't want to go arrow because the defense is a little bit lower. And since I am the smaller force still, I do have to worry a little bit more about casualties. Whenever I exchange with him, I have to worry more about my casualties. Because my economy is just not as well set up as his right now. I mean, that's... You know, if I want to play the game out for a little bit longer, that'll change quickly. But I don't really want to wear him down with attrition. You know, I don't have the patience for it. You know, this is already like, oof. You know, this is already like very... I mean, I'm enjoying the challenge of it, you know, for me. So I'm enjoying the challenge of it. But I feel like this is taking too long. Somebody else would have already had this settled.
感謝いたします。
Okay, yeah, so let's see here. Well, the barbarians are actually getting the worst end of it. And they did. They got wiped out. I thought he was going to be able to take out that unit at least. And he wasn't. So at least the barbarians aren't ridiculously overpowered. In 9, they were extremely overpowered. You know, if a barbarian marched on you, you were pretty much done. That was it. You were wiped out. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to stay committed to this march over here or not? Just gonna risk it and keep marching. It's gonna take him a little bit to heal those wounded soldiers. He might be hesitant to march out against me, and he might not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the AI really leans on that. I don't remember, honestly. Okay, I've got to discharge this guy. That's why we're not recruiting anymore, because we're broke already. You know, again, the thing with the marching, you have to really have your economy. You have to really have a lot of gold. I keep saying economy, but really I just mean gold, because food is just... You just buy food when you need to in this game. You still don't really focus on agriculture unless one of your officers has a particular trait that references agriculture. And even then, most of the time, you'd still rather just have commerce. I mean, I'm sure if you played, you already know, but, you know, in case somebody doesn't know, just commerce all the time. And even if your officer's inclined for agriculture development, I would still just commerce. Okay, we found the catapult tome. Failed in the other searches. We're getting there, we're moving. It's taking a little bit. It's a long march. I can't imagine the conditioning back in the day to make a march across towns like that, but it's incredible. Okay, we're gonna keep, you know, let me look over real quick, make sure that I've got the best people for my domestics. Okay, I think I'm gonna take him off of barracks at this point. Let me see. So I really feel like cash flow is what's... Maybe just keep one person on barracks and that's it. So... Oh man, everybody's busy doing something, huh? Okay. Okay, well... I think I'll still take him off because it does cost a little bit to have him overseeing the area, right? Am I wrong? Well, you know what? I'll just put him on commerce. It's fine. More for barracks, but I'll put him on commerce for now. investment. That's not a good suggestion. I'm pretty sure investment is less. You get less returns on investment than the other one that increases your economy, your commerce. Okay, we're getting there. Oh man, he just jumped up, I think, by 2k. Oh, he's rapidly regaining his wounded soldiers. So, but I'm already here.
報告いたします。
But I am already here. So that's the thing. That's the thing about it. You could turn around, but we're already here. And Fortunate Warfare, just so you can see, you were asking earlier about building something. Well, let's say I wanted to build a camp or something. You can see the highlighted areas here, and there's just nothing here. I mean, nothing is buildable around here. I mean, look at the areas all the way back there for defense. For defense, it's actually perfect. You know, if you have an army coming at you from this direction, if it was to break through and push through, then I've got all this ground, you know, this huge sandbox to just put whatever I want. You know, all manner of toys you could build over here to mess with invading forces. But to invade over here, you have to really be right point blank in front of the city. And that's the problem with it. You've got to be right there. Yeah, and it's just too difficult because you'll get harassed right away. Like I said, it makes it too easy for him to come out of the castle. You're just making his job easier for you. He's gonna come out of his castle and just assault your building forces right away, almost with impunity because he's got his walls to back him up. So you know you can't really do anything about it at that point. Okay, let's do a quick search. Exclamation point, I think that's a new feature. You'll have an exclamation point every time it's recommended to search. I don't think that was in there before. Okay, we got somebody else. Not sure who that officer is exactly. It might be the first time I see that guy. It would be great if you could build here. You know, you could take the town and just hold it. I know there are some really favorable spots, especially in the center of the map, where you can do just that. You know, you can see these choke points that even the AI sets up where you build upon them and, you know, draw the enemy forces out, and you know, you can just plant your flag and fight on favorable ground. You can make your own favorable ground with fortifications, with towers. But yeah, up here everything's a mountain, so you have to deal with these long attritional marches with no camp shortcuts, no marching, no battle platform shortcuts, nothing like that. Your morale, you have to make sure you go through the roads to impact you, you know, so it doesn't wear your troops out, and make sure you have the supplies for it. Yeah, I know there was a recommended feature, but I don't recall there being an exclamation point around the search function like that. That might have been an update thing. Okay, we've got the town here, so I'm assuming he's gonna send out a welcoming party this turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure I paint some of this map my way in case I have to backtrack so I don't get cut off. You know, if you get isolated in this game, your supply lines, if your color gets isolated, it's pretty much, any unit that gets isolated is pretty much finished right away. Which honestly makes a lot of sense, you know, because if your supply lines get cut off, back then most of these people were, I think, conscripted, you know, they were peasants working the fields and stuff, so morale's gonna be something that's gonna plummet. If you hear that your supply line's cut off and, you know, the enemy's closing in and there's no help coming, yeah, morale's gonna plummet. You're gonna be, units are much more likely back then, people were to just throw their weapons down and surrender. Because they weren't professionally conscripted soldiers. You know, that was a rare thing. It doesn't look like he's gonna come out at all. So he's kind of putting me on a spot here because if he's not willing to budge out of his castle until I cross over directly into his territory, then I've got to either push forward or go home. So, oh, hold on, we have an event here. Is it more soldiers? More soldiers. Alright, we'll take them. Okay, volunteers have joined, 3,000 more. People reward. Okay, let me just check to see who this new officer is, because I'm not familiar with who he is. He's a promoter. Development is more likely to increase. Okay, that's, so I need to put him on a plot somewhere right away. Let's see here. So, area of government. Might be good to put him right here in this new town. See, agriculture plus 10, but again, it's just, commerce is just so much more important. Even if your guy's agriculturally, you know, better on paper, the way the economy works, it's just much easier to buy food when you need it. Even in this isolated, you know, little corner where you get merchants, you rarely get merchants, I'd still rather just buy it when it shows up than develop land. I kind of had thought that they would fix that or address it somehow, because it does kind of make the economy focused around gold. And food is just kind of a second, you know, an afterthought. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because these are armies fighting. And an army, you know, marches on its stomach, so... Lots of people enlisted just for a warm meal. I mean, that was the benefit. It wasn't gold. You know, that was more promised, like, hey, if we win, you're gonna get gold, you'll get paid, or whatever. But in the meantime, you know, here's a warm meal. And that was enough for these people back then. You know, 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day, whatever it was. It probably wasn't 3 meals a day. Okay, I'm wondering if I should send a 3rd unit out, or if by the time they get there that's going to matter, but I honestly think it's going to drain my supplies, so... I've got a real situation here. I've got a real Napoleon situation here, Napoleon and Russia situation. Do we keep marching into Moscow as the winter's coming on, or do we turn around? Because we're about to enter his territory, and he's still ignoring me. He's not even bothering to come out or anything, and morale's draining, so it's already at 80. You know, I really should just turn around. I'm gonna get right up to the border, but if he doesn't send out a welcoming party, then I think I'm just gonna have to turn around. Even though I really don't want to. I might have to wait for the barbarians to launch another attack. Or just go back and buy supplies and then send everybody at him all at once. I don't know if anybody has any ideas. Yeah, I could build, but if I build, they're gonna immediately, like I said, they're gonna immediately harass the builders. And I think the building's gonna cost cash. Cash that I really don't have, or even if I scrape the cash together, I'm basically just gonna throw away that cash. Because I'll have to abandon the building. You know? So that's the thing. My economy, even though my numbers are gonna surpass his, or are evened up with his because of my barracks, my economy is barely holding together. So stuff like that I can't really do. Oh, speaking of, I'm not going to do barracks anymore. So I can't afford to start building right in his front door, because as soon as I have to abandon it, I'm going to lose all that cash. Look at that morale. It's so low. Yeah, we're gonna give it one more. Gonna let them get right up there. But if they don't, if he doesn't send out his guys, then we're just gonna have to back it up. Yeah, it would bring him out, but it would, you know, that's not the fight I necessarily want. Like, not in those conditions. Because I'd be building an encampment and then trying to fight him off at the same time. I mean, my force is already like smaller than his. I don't want to fight him with. I don't also want to fight him with one arm tied behind my back. You know, like okay, I'm gonna build this and I'm gonna fight you off at the same time. No, I can't. I'm gonna have to go back and just. Just be patient, man. Be patient. It's very frustrating. Oh, it looks like Yuan Chu's almost done over here, yeah. That's the only change I see here is he's getting ready to... He's getting ready to take him out. Cao Cao's... Honestly, he's looking just fine. He hasn't been able to pull his back units forward. Not that he has too many. You know, Dongzhuo, while he does have a lot of the map, he's still far away from being able to consolidate his power. So, that's actually really good. If you play the anti-Dongzhuo coalition scenario, you know that he'll kind of steamroll everything. And he doesn't really lose momentum. Whereas in this one, he loses momentum. He has a lot of the map, but it's all just kind of a patchwork. That's all barely being held together. Well, speaking of, it just got... That patchwork just got a little bit knitted. Knitted a little bit stronger now. He just took out Yuan Chu. So he'll be able to add some of those officers.
聞いてください。
Okay, now he's sending out a force to chase me down. Good grief, okay. You can see there, he's sending out 14. Okay, now he's coming back at me. I don't know, I kind of want to fight him. I don't know if I have the supplies for it. He has successfully worn me out. We can raise morale here with these suggestions. I guess I'll do that. At least one of them. Can't afford both. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get set up on this mountaintop here. And I'll see if I can do some damage. Even if I don't win the fight, and I don't think I will, but I might weaken him enough to where the barbarians will come knocking again, and that might seriously cripple him. You know, that's the factor. That's the factor I didn't know I had. Yeah, he does. He does want Liu Cheng back. It's just strange the way the AI works. I guess because he probably checked. As soon as I rerouted my orders to go back home, that's when he decided to send out the units to retake the city. I guess that's how the AI is working. But I can go ahead and then change my orders back. So, oh man, there's that horrible symbol. Supplies are plummeting. We're losing 3,000. So yeah, we're gonna run out of supplies. We're gonna run out of supplies, and I don't have any good suggestions to get more. Man. We're at 4,500 supplies. We're losing about 3,000. The only thing I can do here is purposely take casualties. Just charge in. Because we're gonna lose the men anyway. Definitely played out like Napoleon in Russia right here. Completely ran out of supplies, and now he's just sending out people to clean me up. And I don't know. We're not gonna be able to fight for very long. So this is this could be it here. I don't remember if when you run out of supplies, if your troops start deserting in the cities. I think they do. So if they do, that's gonna completely finish me, I think. Okay, there we go, clashing. Trigger a tactic. Yeah, let's go for 100 battles. We'll try to knock the head honcho out of the fight early. Ooh, 3,200. Okay, we just got a new shipment of supplies in. Just enough, I think. Just enough to stave off starvation. And we got to reinforce. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I guess it is because I won't be surrounded. But his stats are very low right now because I don't think he's... Oh no, he is on a mountain. Okay. Yeah, we'll reinforce him. So we'll take that suggestion. We'll send him 3,000. Wow, those supplies came in just at the nick of time. I mean, that's as close as it gets. Okay, let me look at these again and make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Pacify units. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I think all Zhang He is restrained right now. And that just prevents him from moving, but it doesn't actually lower stats. So I'll just leave it there for now. Oh, he can tough that one out. I think what we're going to do is buy supplies. Now that the merchant's here, we need to stock up. And we'll just spend all our remaining gold on that. Because my soldiers are suffering. You can imagine being stuck in the mountains for months on end. Probably living off whatever you could find in the forest and in the hillside. Okay, there's a charge. Beautiful. Knocks him out. Oh, we captured him. Okay, this is a tough call, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and release him. I mean, if I execute him, I'll pretty much have to get rid of the whole clan, because his whole clan will be out for blood and they will never join my force. Then again, I don't know if he's going to join because one of my officers is listed as an adversary, and I don't remember how that works. If he will cooperate and join the force, or if he'll refuse. I'm just going to release him on this one. Hope I don't regret it. Okay, we should be able to beat him down. No suggestions, we just have to search. We're completely broke here. Completely broke. I was thinking this would be a good opportunity to send something here, a siege weapon or something, but it would take way too long. I think everything would change by the time a siege weapon got anywhere near the city. He would have already rebuilt. So that's probably out of the question. Okay, the brother is out. Now his troop numbers are low, so I think it's time for me to do a little bit of raiding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send Zhang He, and I'm going to go ahead and start trying to capture some of his cities if I can. I'm going to send him back since he's already pretty much spent. I don't know if I can reinforce. Oh, I don't have the cash for it, that's right. Even if I could, they're not going to suggest it because I don't have the funds for it. I'm going to have him go back quickly, as fast as he can, because the morale hit doesn't matter. He's just got to bring those wounded soldiers back in one piece. And as far as the main city goes, all I can do is search here. Search.
さて参るとするか。
Okay. Okay, here come the barbarians again. They are invading again. The barbarians don't paint the land with their color. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they just make it neutral again. So they're just like the raiders when they sprung up in your territory. They just kind of run around and take your village and make it neutral again so that you have to go and get it. He's sending out 3,000. I don't know if that 3,000 is to deal with me or deal with the barbarians. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off and I'm going to go over here and try to meet the barbarians. Since we're both allied, we should be able to team up together on whoever he sends out right now. And between the two of us, even if he gets wiped out before I get there, I should be able to clean up whatever's left and capture this village. So yeah, it looks like things are finally turning. They're looking up here. I really need to trigger a reinforce on Zhang He and send him 3,000 men. If I could do that and just send it directly, that would be great right now. Because the march it's just going to take so long. But the suggestion still hasn't come up yet, so I'm going to have to wait on that. Supplies are still expensive, but I'm going to go ahead and spend all the cash. Okay, we're going to search again. Try to make up some cash, and then let's see what happens here. Let's see who he's targeting with this 3K. I'm assuming the barbarians because they're right in his territory. Okay, yeah, there he goes. So again, I don't think I'm going to show up in time to affect the outcome between those two, but I will be able to fight and finish off that unit. Oh no, I guess not. Wow, even faster than I thought. The barbarians are very they're very weak. They're looking pretty weak right now. I didn't think they would make them that soft, honestly. Wow, this guy here is built up 46k. See, this doesn't, you know, this is the stuff that I was hoping that they would fix with the AI a bit. You know, he's just completely holed up, sitting on all this cash, all these supplies, and he's not willing to march anywhere. And he has plenty of opportunity to march, and he's not going to. So he might, when I take the city, you know, that would suck. I know they do that on higher difficulties. You know, they won't march against each other, but they will march against the player. So that would be unfortunate. But if I take the city, at the very least, I'll be able to grab more officers. And that's what I need. You know, I need to get... I've got maybe 11, I believe, total. So I need to get about, I would say, 20.
Okay,
we're going to keep searching.
命令かな。
I'm gonna change the relay orders. We're gonna march here first, and then from here we'll try to take the town, and we'll see if he's gonna come after me with that unit there, or if he's going to send out another force.
任せてくれ。
She might do that. No, he immediately... Oh, no, I didn't want him to do that. See, that's... Okay. So I gave him the wrong path
聞
here.
いてください。
I'm gonna need him to turn around. Because you see, this is in his zone. So if he paints this color here, he's gonna be stranded. He should have taken this route. This hex here. And then crossed over into this hex here. This right here is going to get him surrounded and wiped out, so I'm going to tell him to back off.
承知した。
Okay, we don't need the reward, we'll just keep searching. That's pretty much all we can do right now. Well, let me check the employ. They're all too far. Okay. We'll just search. Search and watch this play out.
行くとしよう。
I'm gonna have him stand on the mountain here and see if he can fight him off. He should, because he's got his tactics already built up. So as soon as he comes out, I'm just gonna 100 battles. That's the thing, when you have a really good officer, it just, with the adjutant being able to just choose your tactic, it really just makes some of these fights, one-on-one fights, kind of lopsided. You see, because you just wipe out his numbers right away, and then he has to run away. So in any other situation, I would have been able to... Any other point in the map, I would have been able to wipe him out a lot sooner. But because of where I am here, in this corner, it takes so long to march that I can't quite put him away as quickly as I would like to. It takes, you know, you have to consider the march all the way over here. It takes so long, whereas right now, if I could get these soldiers over here, I might be able to just take them down. But because of the march, I have to consider that by the time they get there, the situation could change. He could have some more soldiers, you know, his wounded plus his drafting could make it kind of an even fight, and then I'd just be locked into a stalemate. I'd have to bring his numbers back down, and by the time I brought his numbers back down, and I had enough to send another unit back out, I'd be in the same spot. And I guess that's kind of a foresight problem, because you have to know that this stuff is coming well in advance, and sometimes I get kind of bogged down on the little things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy more supplies while they're here. Wow, 4,000, that's it. That is just... that hurts. I really don't know if that's worth it. I guess it is, I mean, but... oof. Well, now I'm coming up on July. We're coming up on harvest. So... I'm going to discharge and just drill, and we're going to try to send out a unit. It's one more drill, and then I'll send out another unit behind Zhang He's unit, and I'll see if I'll see if I can keep his numbers low. Just try to harass him, keep the numbers low, and then hopefully I can bring up another unit behind and then assault the city directly. Okay, you know what? Let's search, right? Keep searching. Really got to spam the search a lot. Oh man, it looks like Yuan Shao's creeping. He's gonna come and try to profit off of our struggle here. He's gonna swoop in. And he's got Lu Bu, so I don't know how he got him, but he got him. So I don't think there's much I can do about that. I don't think I can stop him. Yeah, I'm not gonna have anything to say about that. I'm gonna have to withdraw here. It's not gonna make any sense for me to spend my soldiers so that he can come in and take the castle. I might as well withdraw for now. Just a few hexes back into my own territory. Okay. Mid-June. Okay, so we have supplies coming in a bit. Yeah, I think Yuan Shao's gonna take the city, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do much of anything. I almost don't want to wipe out his unit that he has because I want him to have the soldiers, but he's just going to keep chasing me down, so I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to try to eliminate his unit. And that's going to make Yuan Shao's job a lot easier. Oof, and we have a duel on top of that. So their main leader might get wounded here. Okay, well, at least you didn't injure him. It's a weird position to be in, but I was hoping he wouldn't injure him because he's gonna need his warlord and he's gonna need his soldiers to try to fend this off, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do it, but I actually now need him to survive. What I can do too is I can move some soldiers on the border, watch the fight play out, and I can try to take the city from Yuan Shao after he takes it. So I might have to just try to do that. But again, supplies.
出立いたします。
It's just so difficult to get out of this corner. Okay, so he's moving in very slowly. He's on ships. So he's still going to be 3-4 turns away. That's going to give him a time to hopefully get his wounded soldiers back and recruit. And I don't know, maybe he can give a good account of himself when he does land on the shore. Although I doubt it, because I mean this is Lu Bu and Yuan Shao's other top general. So most likely whatever he's able to put into the field is just gonna get wiped out right away. But again, I can't really... I don't think I'm able to do anything here, have any impact. I really wish Liu Yu would get involved over here. Do something. You know, he's just so complacent. I think he's still building stuff, or he started to, I don't know. No, he's still building stuff. So... he could really have an impact here on how things play out, but he's just... Like I was saying earlier, that defensive AI, it's too extreme. It's too I don't know. It's overly defensive. It never ever wants to take any chances at all. So here we go. Very generous supply amount finally. Finally I can stockpile. I got a good rate on the merchant there. And that's going to go a huge way towards me being able to field some armies and actually keep them out into the field. Because that's been my problem. Sustaining. Sustaining's been a huge problem. I just feel like you don't have enough plots. You know, it's a small city. There's not enough plots to really fund a very large force. A very significant force. And because your corps of officers is very mediocre, you need a significant force. You need high numbers to make up for that, you know, lackluster starting corps. And not that they're terrible, but you know, they're mediocre. So you need to pad the stats with numbers. And you don't have the economy. You know, you can field a decent force, but the problem is maintaining that supply line. And I don't know if there's a better way to do it. If somebody knows, feel free to let me know. If there's an obvious answer that I'm missing here. But I think this is the best way to do it. You just have to keep improving your commerce and try to stockpile your supplies. And don't get stuck in the field out for too long, which is my mistake. I keep committing over and over again. I keep getting greedy and I keep getting stuck in the field. Okay, so he still hasn't landed. I guess he's going directly for the port because of the zones. So he's got to go for the port. So that is going to give him a lot of time. He's only got 800 more wounded. So he's not going to have too many soldiers. He's going to have maybe 6.5K by the time he arrives here. So he's really got no chance. I mean, I don't see how. I'm gonna go ahead and try to send out some people, because he is just... Yuan Shao is really profiting off of our misery, Mainan has been waging this fight forever, and now he's just gonna move in and clean house on the both of us, really. So let's see, we're gonna need speed. Snake, I guess, that'll work, and I guess arrow. I don't have time to wait for Zheng He to come back if I want to have any say in the aftermath of how this plays out. It's gonna take him way too long to come back, and for me to give him new soldiers, it's just, you know, Yuan Shao could already have the city, and it'll just give him too much time to get established. So I'm gonna need to have a force right on the border, you know, ready to move in. If I'm gonna have any chance of, you know, getting anything out of this deal, which I don't think I am, honestly. I mean, I have 31k supplies, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. I really don't know how to math that out. It's, you know, I mean, I know that it's 3 times what I have, but it's tough to say with the march and everything. You're really just guesstimating. I don't know how long I'm gonna be out here on the field waiting to see it, to watch this play out. I'm hoping that Yuan Shao turns around. That would be the best case. He just takes support and he turns around. Because if he does that, I might be able to take the city before he even comes back. But he might just keep pressing onwards. It's hard to say. I've seen the AI do both. Okay, we're gonna stack supplies again. Okay, now we're really set with supplies, at least for a good while. This might be soldiers, volunteers. Wonderful. We really needed volunteers right now. Desperately so. Okay, so we've got a force moving in to Beiping. We're gonna watch the situation, see what happens. If Yuan Shao is gonna go for the city, we'll try to, you know, make ourselves be felt in the aftermath of that. I'm not sure how that's gonna go though. He's got Lu Bu. He's got Wen Chao. These guys are just gonna clean house with whatever he sends out. If he sends anything out. If I was him, I'd just close my gates and I don't know, I would just close the gates and pray. So let's see, hopefully he just takes the port and he turns right back around and he goes home. And if he does that, that'll give me a chance to grab the city. While he's going home, because these ships are so slow, it's gonna take him so long to go home that I'm gonna be able to assault the city and possibly even take it before he decides to come back. But if he presses on, then we'll wait and watch the situation right on the border. And as soon as he takes it, we'll try to clean up Yuan Shao's forces. But again, that's doubtful. All he has to do is send out Lu Bu, and that's it. No, he's still going, yeah. Yeah, he's going right for the city, so I don't blame him. One thing I dislike too is that there's no hexes here. So one thing you could do, if you could navigate these waters, is you could sneak around and capture the port and strand an invading force. But because there's no hexes here, you'd have to go all the way around here. See where the colors are. And that's a problem that the game has in a few areas where there's just no hexes. Even though, you know, it makes sense for there to be some. Because if there was, you bet I would have marshaled my forces here. As soon as I saw him coming out, I would have marshaled some people here and try to strand Bunchow's forces. But I can't do that because there's no hexes, so you can't cross over directly. You have to go all the way around. So it would take me just as long as it's taking him right now to make landfall. Okay, he's got that. He's going for the city, I think. Well, I'm not sure what he's doing. Looks like he's kind of coloring the area. Okay, I've never seen him do that. They usually just take the town and they make a beeline right for the city. So. Enemy contact attack. You know, I'm actually kind of nervous. He's too close to comfort for me here. We're gonna go ahead and give Lubu's, you know, a wide berth, wide area to do his thing. We don't want to be spotted by him because he's fucking merciless. Okay, just search and watch this play out. Oh, he's building a camp right on his front door. This is exactly what I couldn't do because I would get driven out. But of course, Lubu just imposes his will. Okay, so again, if we need this to come to a head very quickly, because my forces are already tired from crossing over the mountains. You can see morale's already low. It's in the 70s. I might be able to get it up with raise unit morale, and I might have to do that. I don't think I have a choice. I'll have to sink all my funds into that. 70s is just too low, and we'll keep searching, keep turning over every scrap of rock, anything that we can find to dump into the treasury. See if anybody in the local villages wants to buy any war bonds. They're just as good as cash. We need these guys to fight it out, or we need them to go home. But I don't feel safe with him out there, so he's gonna attack or go back. Whatever. Just need him to make a choice. Okay, we're just gonna search and keep advancing. That's it. Pick up the pace, see how this is going to play out. Relations have declined, really. Only been at war for 3 years. We're after Beiping, but it looks like he's leaving. Is he surrounding the city? Okay, looks like he's gonna completely surround Beiping. I would do my part and grab that. I would do my part and grab that this top village, Xuwu, over here. But again, you want to give this guy as much space as he needs to do his thing. Because if I so much as draw his attention, if he so much as blinks in my force's direction, my force is just gonna wither away, just explode into dust. And that's how overpowered he is. I mean, I'm sure that there are tactics and stuff to get around him, get around some of his abilities, but you know, specifically just with my force, with the tools that I have right now, there's nothing. Can't. If he wants to take a village, you let him take the village. If he wants to circle Beiping for a year, you let him circle Beiping for a year. You let Lubu do whatever he wants to do. Just, yes sir, whatever you want, sir. Don't hurt me, sir. Okay, he's painted that city. He's probably going to grab the last one, then he's going to assault the city directly. We have to try to keep morale up. So we're going to do that. We're just going to raise morale and search. Oh, commerce, okay, that's important. But we're just going to search. We're going to let him do his thing. And then we're going to try to swoop in afterwards. And like I said, I don't think it's going to work because I think he's going to be able to take the city with so many soldiers that even if I assault the city after he's taking it, he'll be able to deploy Lubu, you know, with 8k, no problem. And he'll probably still drive me out. You know, I'm starting to think maybe I should just assault the city now. He's gonna paint everything around. He's gonna surround it before he assaults it. If I start assaulting it now, I don't know. I don't know if I should assault it now or if I should let him take it. I think whoever does the most damage to the city gets the city. So if we both assault it, if I assault it from this direction here, and he ends up assaulting it from this direction, and I inflict more damage, I'll capture the city. But he would just beat me down and capture it then, too. I don't know, I feel like there are no good answers here. There are no good answers when it comes to Lubu. There's no good solutions. If anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears. Oh, he's at 8,000. That's good. Yeah, we're just gonna keep searching. I really don't know if I should send them in, try to take this city. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lose-lose. My casualties are gonna be way higher than his. If I let him take it, his casualties, he's probably gonna have enough to field a good force against me. Maybe I should call up a third unit. That might help me out here. Yeah, the solution might be to call up a third unit, I think. Okay, there he goes. He's assaulting the city now. Oh, he is taking some damage though.
報告いたします。
Okay, I was wrong. I underestimated the damage that the city would do. He's taking some heavy damage. I didn't think he was gonna even lose much at all. Okay. I might be able to swoop in and steal this thing. I'm gonna send out a third unit. I think fastest formation would be arrow. I mean all technically, but that's... Oh, is he sending people towards me? I don't know. He might be. Hang on. Gongzun might be sending. Okay, how do I look at reports here? I don't remember how to look at your... results from last turn. I feel like he would have told me when the turn began if he was marching against me. I'm gonna have to risk it. It's more important to send a unit out there, a third unit. If it means capturing the city, it'll be worth it. Anyway, it's gonna take him a long time. Ships take so long to get anywhere. So I'm gonna send him out there as backup. I might be able to swoop in and take this if both of them are exhausted, regardless of who wins, because it looks like Lubu is taking a lot of damage from the city. I honestly didn't think he was gonna take much at all, but he is. So by the time he gets here, I'll have this city, which is really all that matters. And hopefully he doesn't invade me when I take it. I mean, but at this point it's out of my hands. At this point I need to take a second city and I need to try to expand this. Even if it costs me the game. Yeah, he is losing a lot of soldiers. See, they're staying pretty even, but Gongzun Zan is gonna get his wounded back. Just a small increase of wounded. Oh man, he fielded people. I don't know why he would do that. Well, I think he should have just stayed in the castle, but he's decided to field units, and that's just... that doesn't make any sense, but those units are just going to get slaughtered. I don't know if he's doing it out of spite. He's just taking himself out. Out of spite against me or not, because why would you field the units? You're going to get crushed. You're gonna make my job harder. He's gonna take the city much easier. So this seems kind of spiteful. He should have stayed, hold up behind his walls and made him pay. Instead, he's fielding. Oh man, look at that force. It's just melting away. Melting away. It's already gone. He just threw those soldiers away. Okay, I think we're about ready. We need to start getting ready to move in now. Regardless of who wins, we have to try to capture a city at this point, because if we can't, okay, let's lower Lubu's morale. See, now on higher difficulties, these aren't guaranteed. there's a percentage, just like this one. There's a percentage attached to these, so that they're not guaranteed. Now I'm playing on normal, so it's guaranteed, and it's kind of an. I mean, the whole suggestions things is a bit of an unfair advantage, but I feel like it gives the game a little bit more of a dimension. It gives your officers a little bit more personality. There are some traits tied into that, so you know, I wouldn't necessarily want to play on like extreme, for example, or you just don't have them available to you, because it just feels like you're missing, you know, just the whole mechanic is just scrapped. You don't have access to it, you know. And I'm all for higher difficulty, I'm all for challenge, but I don't like when it comes at the expense of just you removing mechanics outright from the game. Okay, you just don't have access to this anymore. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pull him out. I'm gonna put him right at the border, and I'm gonna put him same deal right at the border, because it looks like he's gonna capture it. If he does capture it, this is gonna change to yellow, and my units are gonna be stranded and confused. So we actually need to be connected to our supply line. You know, if we move in and we help him take the city, it's still going to go to him because Yuan Shao's done the most damage. So it'll flip to yellow, and then my units will be confused. So I actually want to wait just one more turn and then send everybody in. But it looks like it's going to fall to me, at least in the short term. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to hold it. I don't think my relations with Liu Yu are very great. And he's just sitting on this stack of 50k. So let me see. Yeah, we're hostile for some reason. So if I take the city, most likely than not, he's gonna come and just bring over all those soldiers and invade. Even though he's been nothing but defensive this whole game, like I said, against the player, it's open season. The AI will invade sometimes, even if they've been defensive. As soon as you move into the neighborhood next door, they try to run you off right away. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Okay, so we're going to pull back, we're going to wait, see what happens here. One volley tactic from Lu Bu could probably win the city. Okay, we're completely broke, we're just going to search. And you need to search a lot. Because when you're totally broke, you still need to pay your officers' salaries. Sometimes that search is the difference between paying your officers and not being able to pay them. Oh, I think he hit him with the volley. Did he get him? Oh no, Cao Cao's out. Oh, he held him off. Okay, he held him off, so now we're going to move in.
Yoka. Doushita?
And again, you know, Dongzhou is looking at the map here. You would think that he's just gonna roll everybody over. And he should be. He should be stacking tons of soldiers everywhere, but if you look at all his cities, they're very low. So he's winning these fights by the slightest of margins. You know, 6k, 5k, his front lines are only 10k. Usually if you play anti-Dongzhuo, you know, he's got about 40k in all his front lines. He's easily just pushing everyone off to the side, whereas here, he just hasn't been able to bring everything together as well. So he's still running everybody over. But in terms of like what that means for me, for a smaller force, I can still, you know, I'm still in it. Because he hasn't been able to really stack his soldiers to insane amounts yet. He hasn't been able to group them together. Everything's kind of spread thin everywhere, so that's still to my advantage. Okay, so let's take this guy out. What do we have? More soldiers? Okay, we have an event here. Okay, I've never seen this event. This is a new one, so I'm going to go ahead and execute it. Make it rain here and now. Okay. He was executed for falsely claiming. I don't know if this is a true story or not. Even book-wise, I've never heard of this. Okay, so let's see. Gongzun Zan and Yuan Shao view each other as enemies, forcing relations between him and Wu Huan. Liu Yu dies. The Liu Yu force falls. Wow. So does he get the other city? Oh, he does. Wow, so he's permanent. Oh, jeez. Well, that really changes things a little bit. I'm gonna be able to capture the city. Well, that's really created a power vacuum. A huge power vacuum. Yu Yu's gone. All his soldiers are gone. Gongzun Zan doesn't have enough to establish himself. And Yuan Shao doesn't have that much either. He still has a really good core though. So even with few soldiers he could quickly establish himself, but it does create a power vacuum, so I might be able to swoop in there. I think I'm gonna have to start transferring these soldiers to the front right away. Okay, let's see if we can take the city. It also gave him a lot of soldiers. Oh, I didn't realize that. It's gonna take me a lot longer to take the city now. Oh, he's sending another unit. Of course he is. At least he's not sending Lubu or his much better generals, because he has them. 2 small units, okay, that's not going to impact too much. So it gave Gongzun Zan a big boost in terms of strength, not to mention another city. But ultimately this works out in my favor, big time. Because Liu Yu is totally gone. And it's just completely weakened everything. It's brought everybody down to my level. Everybody's down in the mud now. Okay, I should be able to take the city, and I should have the strength to fight off Yuan Chao. The question is, what do I do after that? I'm not too sure. Oh, I had fire arrows there. I'll have to execute that this turn. I need to take this quickly, though. Okay, I think we're just gonna take the city, and then we're gonna call it for today on the live stream. Like I said, the whole thing will be uploaded, I don't know, some point tonight on my YouTube channel. If anybody wants to catch it later, anything that you missed, whatever, if you know anybody who plays the game and they're interested, you know, tell them to stop by. I'll be streaming it tomorrow. Be streaming this tomorrow around 9 AM same time. Okay, let's get these fire arrows. One more turn should do it. And then I'm gonna try to march somebody out to deal with these forces. It's better to wipe out Yuan Chao's forces in the field, especially when they're not his A tier guys. Because if you let those soldiers go home and you let him re-march out with somebody else, oh man, you're gonna pay. Okay, so I'm gonna march transport unit. I'm probably gonna have to send the transport, and that's gonna take an eternity. That's gonna take an eternity. Across the mountains and everything. I don't know if it might be faster to go through here. No, looks like it's the same thing. 3 months. We have something here, an event. More volunteers. We'll take them. Even though it's going to cause supply problems, but that's alright. Like I said, food. I mean, it's essential when it's essential, but most of the time you really want to push it as far as you can with food. Gold and troops come first. So, yeah, it's going to take him a long time to establish himself here. I don't think he's going to have enough time, honestly, to do that. He's just going to be stuck in a mire fighting. Okay, there it is. We got it. Wow, what a struggle. What a struggle. I kind of want to execute him. just didn't like that event. That event left a bad taste. But yeah, I think I am gonna go ahead and let him go. There's a chance that I'll be able to take him, so I'm gonna let him go. He's still shit talking me. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is the first time I see this. The geographic advantage Wu Huan friend. Foreign commands can be used with the Outlander Force Wu Huan. Oh, that is great. That is great. So I can finally start interacting with the barbarians and seeing what that's about. Well, that'll be something to look forward to tomorrow. We cannot make light of your military power, though it is possible to subdue them by force. Forming amiable relations with them is a course of action. Okay. And we've captured some other people we'll try to employ. Well, I doubt anybody will come over here. Okay, well, we'll let them all go. There'll be no use to us dead, but they may be of use to him and helping him rebuild, and hopefully we don't want to cripple Gongzun Zan too badly. We want him to be able to kind of act as a buffer state, because if he gets swallowed up by somebody else too soon, then, you know, our opportunity could disappear with it. So, but yeah, that'll be it for now. Tune back in tomorrow if you have the time. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll see where this goes. Alright.